Ungratefulness is the devil's tool. What does the Bible says? As believers in the living God, we sometimes cannot understand why some people are so ungrateful, but if we remember that ungratefulness is the devil's tool, we have the answer. What does the Bible tell us about ungratefulness? There are some instances where the Bible addresses ingratitude. One such occasion happened when the Israelites traveled through the wilderness after being released from slavery in Egypt. The people became impatient on the way. And the people spoke against God and Moses, "Why have you brought us out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no food and no water," rather than being grateful for their newfound freedom. They complained first that there was no food and expressed disdain for the manna God provided to meet their needs in the next breath. This group focused only on the circumstances they saw as unsatisfactory rather than focusing on the ways God had blessed them. So their attitude toward God was undoubtedly one of ungratefulness. 2 Timothy 3 verses 1-5. This also know, that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of themselves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of good traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. 1 John 2 verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father but is of the world. Philippians 2 verse 3. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind let each esteem other better than themselves. Galatians 2 verse 20. I am crucified with Christ, nevertheless, I live, yet not I, but Christ liveth in me. And the life which I now live in the flesh I live by the faith of the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. Luke 16 verse 15. And he said unto them, Ye are they which justify yourselves before men, but God knoweth your hearts, for that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of God. James 5 verse 16. Confess your faults one to another and pray one for another, that ye may be healed. The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. 1 Corinthians 4 verse 7. For who maketh thee to differ from another? And what hast thou that thou didst not receive? Now, if thou didst receive it, why dost thou glory, as if thou hadst not received it? Proverbs 17 verse 13. Whosoever rewardeth evil for good, evil shall not depart from his house. Philippians 4 verses 11-13. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned, in whatsoever state I am, in addition to that to be content. I know both how to be abased and abound, everywhere and in all things. I am instructed both to be complete and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me. 1 Timothy 6 verses 6-8. But godliness with contentment is significant gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and we can undoubtedly carry nothing out. And having food and raiment let us be in addition to that content. Proverbs 14 verse 30. A sound heart is the life of the flesh, but envy the rottenness of the bones.